Yet another drop is coming from your favorite microbrand, and this is the first time this model has been on the channel. And one of the best things about this brand is that they have so much versatility. They make many different models with different shapes and unique styling that eventually you will find something that you love. And maybe this is it. Introducing the all-new ZELOS AURORA Midnight Blue Titanium Field Watch. And straight away you will notice the lightweight. Sized up for my 6.5-inch wrist, it comes in just under 124 grams. That's not too heavy, not too light. And although it's made from the softer grade 2 titanium with an average of 145 vigors, ZELOS gives it a protective coating that increases the hardness to 1200 vigors. That's about 5 to 6 times more scratch resistant than your average 316L stainless steel watch. So that's amazing peace of mind. Of course, it will still scratch, but it's going to be a lot tougher to scratch it. The watch is completely brushed, giving you a subdued matte look, which really suits the field watch genre. Now, one of my favorite things about ZELOS is not just their versatility and their wide range, is that they give you a ton of features for less. And that's why the brand has grown so massively in under a decade. Now, I'll give you an example. This watch has a soft iron core. It's basically a piece of iron that covers the movement, and then the case back closes on top of it, and it gives this new Aurora 30,000 ampere meters of magnetic resistance. Now, the ISO basic magnetic resistance rating is 4,800 ampere meters, or 60 Gauss. So in today's modern world with all of our electronic gadgets, it's pretty easy to magnetize a watch, but with the Aurora you won't have to worry. The case is very basic and clean cut. I would call it handsome. Looking head on, the lugs do have a wide stance. It almost looks like they stick out straight, but there is a slight taper, and they do have a dramatic taper downwards toward your wrist. Now on the side of the mid case and lugs and the faceted tips, we have a vertical brushing, giving the watch a more raw look, which I'm a big fan of. And we have circular brushing on the top of the lugs and bezel. Now, something curious is this watch does have crown guards, but they are very tiny, just protecting the base of the crown. I think it was just a design choice, not really for functionality. But those square, sharp crown guards do protect that 7mm cogwheel grip screw down crown. The crown is signed with a loomed ZELOS logo as usual, and it helps give this Aurora 200 meters of water resistance. Now let's do the dimensions. I got 38.5 millimeters in diameter, secret measurement 32 millimeters. So with that large dial size and the lugs with the wide stance, I think this watch wears more like a 40 mil, but you be the judge on the faraway wrist shots and let me know down in the comments section. We got a thickness of 11.9, that's including that flat sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on the underside. And we have no drilled lugs and a lug to lug of 45.4. So that's a nice compact lug to lug, and because of that, it's going to wear very comfortably on many different wrist sizes. Now the bracelet, full titanium and coated as well. We have solid links fixed with screws, and this bracelet does have quick release spring bars. The H-link has excellent articulation, and the clasp is signed ZELOS, twin button release, and you just lift, and you'll be happy to know it has a toolless on the fly micro adjustment. You just push the button to go in or out. There's a couple things that bug me about the bracelet. First is the female end links. They don't fully articulate. They just move up and down about 45 degrees. So not a fan of that. And my second issue is the clasp. It's nice, but it's too big. It's very thick. We saw this on the Hammerhead, and it suits the Hammerhead perfectly because that watch is a 44mm beast. And lastly is the bump on the milled clasp. There is a bump on the inside that may protrude into your wrist. I never felt anything, but your mileage may vary. ZELOS is known for being very generous with the lume, and this one has a powerful glow on the hands and the cardinal applied indices. And the chaptering is in BGW9 and it's dim. So not the brightest offering from ZELOS, but it's not a diver. Powering this ZELOS is the Myota 9039, a no-date 24-joule 28/8 smooth sweep hack and wind automatic with 42 hours of power reserve. We got a strong amplitude, no beat error. Now let's look at the rate. We got 12, 11 in the fourth and final round, plus 11. Myota movement is officially rated at -10 plus 30. That's about 10 seconds better than the Seiko movement on both sides of the zero. Now let's check out the positional variance. We did get a drop in amplitude. We got +2, and the fourth and final round +2. So on the wrist performance is going to be about +8 to 9 seconds a day. The Midnight Blue will have 200 units only, and I think will be the one to get. But the watch will drop July 14th, 11 p.m. Singaporean time. The website to the launch page will be the first link in the description down below, so you can follow it there. But what's the price? Here's the thing with ZELOS. They price aggressively, and they give you a ton of features, so they make it hard not to buy. That's why usually their products sell out on the first day. So this one comes in at a launch price of $429 USD. With all the specs and features this thing has, it's a no-brainer if you're looking for this style of watch. And I believe the price jumps by $100 after launch if there are still units available. The Aurora has some of the coolest dials I've ever seen, and this one is a granite texture, but when I looked really close under macro, it reminded me of gemstones. And those blue, sparkly gems fade to black on the Fume sandwich dial. And there are printed Arabics on that wide, thick chapter ring that's stepped down from the dial. So I love the dynamic look and even the way they did that yellow tipped second hand. Home run. Has ZELOS done it again? Are you going to be ready July 14? Let me know down below, and if you like this video, then you will love the 2 videos I have for you on the right of your screen right now. And I'll see you in the next one.